Wednesday night. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
It's time. Let's just start. I want to start right here, Ryan. Come on, I'm gonna start, bro. I didn't even really have time to get prepped. I'm gonna start right here. This is where I'm gonna start right here.
It's not like we have the first pick of the draft. It's we're at 10, I think, as I recall right now. What are we? 9. Excuse me.
Oh,
It was 10 before. That
Want to give our dude Mark some love for from pulling that from the Mickey Loomis presser on Monday. That presser was January 13th. The Saints played their last game of the season January 5th. 8 days had passed since the Saints played their last game since that presser happened. 8 fucking days. So you're telling me that you are the general manager. You are the general manager of an NFL team. And in 8 days, you don't know that the team that you're supposed to be building, right? Team that you're supposed to be the CEO of, the one that the results are not what they truly are, blah, 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 blah. You don't know that in 8 days you went from 10 to 9? From January 5th to January 13th, you don't know from...
he not on take-a-thon like us, bro. We refreshing take-a-thon all through the game.
Nigga,
I checked take-a-thon today just to make sure. Let me just make sure we.
Nigga, we knew the scenarios that the Jets needed to win. The
Yeah, we do.
needed to win.
We sit there, did the algorithm math and all that shit.
But we supposed to trust you with the future of the fucking franchise.
Lou was like, huh? What? 10? What? 9? What? Ooh, I don't know. But look, to be fair, Adam, they've been busy, bro. They've been trying to find a coach. They got self-scouting to do. Oh, never mind. I forgot. He said they haven't looked at the roster yet. They haven't self-scouted yet. They haven't evaluated what went wrong yet. None of that. So.
And the
What
reason
have you been doing?
why they haven't self-scouted because they have been busy with the head coaching search. But the head coaching search, they got a late start on it because they haven't had a head coach since November, Ryan.
And here's the thing. He got a goddamn GM conglomerate doing the head coach search. Got everybody, got a whole committee.
GM by committee, nigga. I need to know.
Man, he got Kai out there. He got everybody out there. Matt, what's his name?
He got Kai. He got Randy Mueller. He got David Ziegler. He got Jeff Ireland. Those are 3 former NFL GMs.
And that Matt guy, the pro scouting department guy, he got him too. Got him out there. Everybody.
How many GMs did it take to run an NFL organization?
That's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, boy. That's a lot of cooks. Ooh, boy. Ooh, wee. It's a functional franchise.
The funny thing about the Mickey presser is I came away just thinking, like, I don't, just like if you just go back to like his tone, his energy, all that, it just felt like he has not been involved in the team for like the last 2 months, bro. Like he has not been anywhere near involved with the team. You could tell, bro. He felt detached. Like, what? And that's like the clip is a small thing, and people are like, well, the team. There are sickos in the NFL. Sickos in the NFL. You mean to tell me that you're supposed to run the team and you don't know where you're picking in the draft?
It reminded me a little bit of the company I work for. I hope I don't. Hope no higher ups are watching this.
Whoa.
But it just reminded me. Well, I'll just say this. It reminded me of like companies I've worked for, where like the CEO or like the owner comes around Christmas and Thanksgiving and it just pops in every now and then, shakes some hands, and hey, everybody doing, and has a big meeting, everybody gather around, everybody gives us that talk, that kind of state of the franchise, state of the business type thing. They get on out of there, you don't see them again for 6 months.
Literally, it's like the person who runs the office I work in DCFS. Like no joke, bro. I get it.
That's what it looked like to me. Like he didn't seem checked in like a GM you would think is checked in. A GM checked in like, man, he knows what quarterback's coming out. He knows this, that, and other. Like they ready to go. He just seemed kind of lost, man.
Lost, bro. And Tony just made a great point in the chat. He said Mickey sounded like that one guy in the group project in college that didn't contribute anything and is trying to BS his way through his part of the presentation.
Been there.
And then you had Sean Payton today just throwing digs, bro. Just
Was that a shot? Because you know Sean pay attention to everything. You know he do.
Absolutely was a shot, nigga.
You know
Absolutely
that
was a shot.
Boy, Sean petty as hell, boy. Sean petty. Petty Betty. He said we what, top 1, top 2 last 2 years? The ones at the bottom of that list, they earned that. Come on, man. You know Sean.
But I will say, and I heard this, and I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but I think I have, because I've said so much shit on the podcast that turns out to be true that I've lost count. But I've said that one of the things that DA did when he got hired is that he fired one of the, guys in terms of like injury prevention,
strength and conditioning and all that. Yep.
Got rid of him, brought in the guy that Mark can't stand, Matt, whatever,
Matt Rhea,
right?
whatever.
Brought him in, and I'm not trying to put everything on Matt Rhea, but it was thought in the league that the guy that Dennis Allen got rid of, who is now working with the Broncos, was one of the best. Yeah,
whatever.
Best, yeah, best in the business. So Sean's gonna get his shots in. Sean's gonna get his shots in. But
look, I mean, because look, one of the media guy who posted that, one of the media guys commented, like shout out to Bo, and Mike Thomas commented under that like, Bo is the difference. Like Bo is the difference between injured franchise and not injured. And Mike Thomas said, day one, Drew Brees told me, if you need something, go to Bo. That's why I never leave Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I never leave it, bro.
Jamil Dunn said, definitely my favorite Saints show. A little constructive advice. Improving the sound quality would probably double y'all's view because the content is top tier. I don't know how to improve our sound quality. I am recording with a Shure microphone, which is top of the line microphone. Don't know.
I'm trying, bro. Like give us your feedback. Like what's wrong with the audio? Is it not clear? Is it low, loud? Feedback. Saints Block Party at gmail.com. Welcome your feedback. At me, DM me. We try and improve, man. Patreon.com/Saints Block Party. Contribute what you can. we trying. Go listen to our early episodes. It's come a long way, honestly.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Is not connected to the Shure, which it should be now. So that should fix it, hopefully.
Hear me fine?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Because I got a new earpiece, so I didn't know if that was causing anything.
No, it was on my end.
Okay.
Thank you, Jamel. Oh, Chris with a $50 super chat. My goodness.
Chris.
Sir.
Man, this is your podcast today. About you, baby.
Feel like a OnlyFans model right now, nigga. Like, what do I need to do? Do I need to drop a strap down?
Take it off.
Chris said, "Thank y'all for being the best Saints podcast out. Y'all never lied to us. We believe your sources. If you missed out on Glenn and McCarthy, how fucked are we? We'll get to the coaches thing. Let's keep with the presser thing. We'll get to the coaches thing.
Coach is coming.
Thank you, Jamil, for picking up on that, because that was my thing. I literally stopped working at 7:30 and ran up here to get set up. The presser wasn't surprising. It was a little bit was frustrating, but my tone I took away is I don't know if there's a Mickey Loomis change coming in the organization, and I don't feel like there is. But I will say that I do feel like potentially some of the amount of the power that he may wield or he used to wield in the organization may have tempered or been muted a bit just by the overall tone of that presser. I'm not saying that I know that for sure. I'm not saying that from sources or what I know. It's just a feeling of how it came across. He was like that bravado that he had when he was smacking all that gum and shit and talking about Dennis Allen being neck checked. That was gone. That was not the same person who was speaking on Monday.
Yeah. And you just kind of feel like he's gotten brought down a peg or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know, internally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just kind of like maybe even self-imposed. I don't know if he has that humility in him or not. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
I don't think so. I'm just saying, like, but maybe he does. Maybe he does have the ability, like, man, like, I need help. Help me.
Help me.
I don't know. But you could something is off, bro. Something is off.
You can feel it. You can see it.
Feel it.
The statement, and I know like we're taking one thing from it and then running with it, but it's just such a telling statement. Just because we're not getting the results we want doesn't mean we're doing something wrong. Maybe that works in any other function that isn't, I don't know, the National fucking Football League that is based off wins and losses.
And he kept going back to the injuries. And it's like, bro, like your department, your front office is responsible for building depth. Look, the Saints were ridiculously injured, especially on offense. No question about it. Like, enough injuries to affect wins and losses. There's no way about it. But who builds the depth at running back? Who builds the depth at wide receiver? Who builds the depth at offensive line?
Who drafted Kendre Miller?
Who best drafted Kendre Miller, who even last year showed you what he was. You know, showed you he wasn't dependable. You know, razor thin offensive line. You know, you got backups at guard that you're hoping to start. So obviously the backups to the backups ain't gonna be good. It's just like, come on, man. Like, where's the
accountability? The same thing that Dennis Allen and Derek Carr also refused to really show. Like, it all goes hand in hand.
Dennis Allen out just saying, like, well, I don't feel like I failed. I just feel like they decided to make another, move on and try something.
Nigga, you 24 and 46. If that's not the white man like complex in America, bruh, I haven't failed.
Struggle. It's literally a struggle to find coaches with worse records than him. Like, you find a coach like, ooh, that coach is terrible. Then you look at his like win-loss record, it's better than DA. It's like, I'm trying to find somebody.
But John in our Discord was like even Adam Gase had like a Adam Gase, bruh.
Had a better win-loss record than DA.
Matt Nagy.
And he out here saying, oh, I don't feel like I failed, And it's like, wow. Like, now I see why, a part of the big reason why the Saints are where they are. Like, I see. It's crystal clear.
That's what I kept, bro. I said it, well, I don't know, was it last season, a season and a half ago? I said the biggest symptom of why I wanted DA going so early was because of the loser mentality and the coach that he was bringing, bro. And fast forward, he gets fired, and now he's still talking about I don't see myself as a failure. And if he's saying that now, then what type of loser vibes was he? And it wasn't like the older players, like, because they saw what Sean Payton did. Right. They saw that shit. It's the young players. It's the Lante Taylors. It's the Pete Warners. It's the Brian Brees. It's those players that are young that they draft that are supposed to be these foundational pieces that if the head coach is a loser himself and the GM's not having accountability, then who are they going to learn the only people they have to lean on are the veterans who may have been able to tell you, well, young buck back in the good old days, this is what it used to look like,
Back in my day.
That's what it is. Justin Cash said off topic, but did y'all see the Rams defense? Nigga, we don't. What the fuck know about anything right now, Justin.
What's the loan?
Nigga, I'm not talking about Jarrett Burst, Kobe Turner, Brandon Fisk. I'm not doing it right now. I want to talk about misery. Can I talk about misery? Can I talk about the misery? But just to go with Justin points just a little bit. Tell me how the Rams have been able to, even before the Jarrett Burst draft selection, Kobe Turner, and there's another defensive player that they drafted last year whose name is escaping me. They're been able to draft young players without having first round picks, without having second round picks.
I tweeted that the other day. They were in 2023. They were.
But thank you, Justin. Thank you, Justin, for the $2 super chat, though.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
No, 2023. I think there was 70 million. There's 70 million in dead money. They won the Super Bowl in 21. 70 million in dead money in 2023. Hadn't had a first round pick in 7 years. 7 years without a first round pick. Now,
you could, bro. You might as well almost say the same thing about us, except Chris Olave, bro.
I'm just saying, like, they were in a terrible position. Like, if you looked at their position, I mean, look. I mean, Sean McVay was thinking about retiring. It was a very. Now look at them. You know what I'm saying? They're in the playoffs, going to the second round. They're going to have about like $50 million in cap space this offseason. Got all their picks. Got a young defensive line, young core to build with on offense and defense. Yeah, Max Stafford's getting old. They're going to make a decision about that. But, you feel like, okay, we got a future here. We got a future to build towards. So that's why I say, I see a lot of people saying, like, man, this is going to be like a 3-4 year rebuild for the Saints. It's going to be it's going to take years. And it might. But it doesn't have to. Like, the one thing Mickey Loomis was right about, regardless how foolish he is in the NFL, teams can shake back pretty quickly if you draft well, if you make the smart decisions, if you got good head coaching, if you got the right players in the building. It can shake back pretty quickly. That's one thing Mickey was right about. But Mickey, you the one brought us the other way, bro. Like,
right?
How you gonna fix it? Like,
just catching up on the chat. Jamel Dunn said Rams' entire offensive line was hurt by week 2, and yet,
So, it was 1-4, I think.
1-4, bro. Drew Donaldson said the Rams hit the Senior Bowl hard. Fun fact: go back and listen to our episode with Jordan Rodriguez. The Rams don't pay much attention to the Senior Bowl at all.
They don't go to the combine either. Well, the coaches don't go.
Nope, they do not.
Their own process.
Wick TV said salute $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you. Anything? So we got right now. We haven't even done any promo. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. What? Any other takeaways that you kind of took away from the Loomis presser? He talked about Derek Carr a little bit. I listened to about half of it, and then I actually was like, you know what? I got actual like kids' lives to save. I don't want to.
Yeah, I had to kind of piece my way through it. It was.
Yeah.
I will say, it was interesting that he kind of gave like just. Oh shit. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
He kind of gave like a general answer on Derek Carr. You hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
He was like, Carr's a good quarterback, blah, blah, blah. But he was like, it wasn't like, look, Carr's our quarterback in 2025 and going forward. He's our guy, blah, 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 blah. It was just kind of like, yeah, we like Derek Carr, da, 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 da. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
It was.
Like, he kind of kept that door open for, if another coach comes in and be like, get this guy out of here. I think he left that open. I think that's where he's at mentally.
Which is huge.
It is huge.
Because that is like a 180 from what I've heard. If it was up to him in a singular fashion, he would bring Derek Carr back unequivocally.
Exactly.
But the fact that he's open to listening to what the head coach potentially wants to do is very, very telling. And as negative as this podcast is probably going to be, especially starting off, I think that there's a sliver. There's a sliver of hope. There's a sliver of hope. Sliver. Louisiana said at least one pro about the conference. He said he will let the next head coach pick their staff, and it doesn't sound like he will tie Carr to the next head coach, which would be ideal.
Hello, it's Adam. Where are you, Adam? It's the breaks of being live, people. I'm sorry. Be right back.
You got me?
I got you
That
now.
was weird as hell. That was weird as
Yeah.
hell. All right. Hold on. All right. Sorry. The breaks of being live. Don't know.
Breaks of being live, man.
Internet cut out. What have you? Is what it is. So anyway, sorry about that, guys. But
What's going on?
I don't know, bro.
My shit is tripping too. What the fuck?
Did the Saints hack into the internet, bro? Said we shutting these niggas down tonight. Not tonight. No, I think we good. So all that aside, for everything, although two things that was super annoying. Going back to the injury thing, Mickey Loomis talking something in the water.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
Like it's funny. Like it's jokes to you to be what five wins jokes. That's funny. That's funny for the fan base and Gail. Like that's not like if I'm Gail Benson, if I'm hearing that, if I'm Gail Benson, I'm like, I know this nigga didn't go out here and make a joke after he ruining my money and ruining my reputation, making an ass out of me and embarrassing me. He out here making jokes and saying there's something in the water. And then when he was asking about Zach Bond and shit like that, he said Zach Bond wanted to go somewhere with more. They tried to bring Zach Bond back, but he wanted to go somewhere for more playing time.
And then had the nerve to say he's proud of their draft history? What? Nigga, what? Out your goddamn mind? Like, where is the accountability at to make it make sense to me, bro? How can you say you proud of your draft history? I mean, look, your 2024 draft was okay. You know, you hit on, looks like Fuaga's a hit, Kool-Aid looks solid, you know, like Spencer Rattler, we'll see about the rest, you know what I'm saying? Solid, but, bruh, like, the draft history is one of the top two reasons the Saints are in the situation they're in right now. How can you sit there and say, we're proud of our draft history, and Zach Bond out here getting all pro. This let him out the building.
Just draft history right here, bro. Don't let me come with the facts, nigga. Don't let me come with you. Proud of this?
Looking like a Jamaican flag. Like what is this? What the hell is that shit?
This is what this nigga's proud of. This is what this nigga's proud of. How many? Four green, Ryan. And people would argue the Brian Bresee being a green. Fuck y'all. I'm sorry. Brian Bresee's a green. I am not here to argue it.
But I'm just saying, even that is like arguable. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
and like I think I'm being lenient with Trevor Penning. Like that could be viewed as a red.
Very lenient.
Alante could potentially be viewed as a red if we're being honest.
Isaiah Foskey was the 40th player taken in that draft. The 40th.
Oh,
Not on the stat sheet. Go find a stat. Go find a special team tackle.
Oh no! Well, nigga, we get this nigga at the Senior Bowl. I'm gonna quote the number of defensive snaps Isaiah Foskey had in 2 years, nigga. Oh, this nigga ain't ready for me. Like, he gonna call me a racial slur in Mobile. I swear to God he will, Ryan. He ain't ready for us. He ain't ready for us, bro. he gonna be texting Jim Nagy, get these Negroes out of here. This is what he said he's proud of. I need what? This? 2017? This almost 12 years ago.
Bro, I was in my mid-30s, bro.
Proud of this? Caden Ellis, who's with the Falcons?
Look at that 2018.
Caesar, Zach Bond, who is not with the team no more. This is what we proud of. Okay. And Pete Warner is a yellow. If I'm being real, that nigga should probably be a red right now. If I'm just being, I'm just saying, Ryan. But this is what you proud of? Okay. All right.
And that's just the excuses. He's like, he was asking him about the cap. And he was like, yeah, we're over the cap, but we have 61 players under contract. Like, motherfucker, you got them under contract because you got to restructure and extend people like crazy. Like, what are you talking about, man? Talking about other teams, yeah, they have cap space, but they got to sign 25 of their own players back and blah, blah, blah. Like, Loomis, bro, you just.
Demon Tom Slime said, what number does Foskey even wear? Bro, I had to think about it for a second.
5'5", baby. I keep 2 5s on me.
Oh, Lord.
I know that 5'5", every time I see him, I'm like, man, look Foskey. Foskey, man.
That bitch clean as hell, bro.
Clean, boy. Crisp.
Listen, I want to give a shout out to Chris again for the $50 super chat, because there's a strong possibility that this bitch gonna get demonetized. I'm just throwing it's strong possibility this bitch is gonna get demonetized. And if it does, the $50 super chat fucking helps, because we going in tonight.
And TikTok gone. We was finally building it up. Mark said that day, so he get a TikTok popping. I'm like, yeah, I haven't been pushing that thing. It's gone.
Gone, nigga. Gone. All the work I done put in that shit, gone. Mitch, not Hawaiian Mitch, but like the tall ass Mitch. I gotta distinguish the Mitches because we got multiple ones. Remember when we were good in signing players and people would put that stupid Loomis edit with the mattress in the background or some shit, sicking and looking back on it?
That was the good old days. Mickey was just in the background.
Yeah, where he should be. Where he should be.
Play in the background, you know.
Eric said, I don't know what was about to come out your mouth when you first said that, but I thought it was going to be something really inappropriate. I was about to say, whoa, Ryan. Listen, inauguration day's not till the 20th, buddy. Like, relax. Eric said, don't forget about Peyton Turner. Here's the crazy thing. The Saints need to re-sign Peyton Turner, like, in the offseason. Like, they have no defensive line depth at all. They need to put a little one year, $4 million, $5 million.
And you know what's funny though? Like, and I don't see it with Peyton Turner, but wouldn't it be funny if he pulled a Zach Bond, like went somewhere and just had like a nice group? I don't see it.
There ain't no way.
We could see it with Bond. Like, we could see the possibility with Bond. Ain't no way with Peyton.
Ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no way. That would be hilarious though, bro. That shit would be funny as hell.
He gonna be playing our little who clip. Who? Me, nigga. Me, that's who.
Oh man. This is fun. So we got 55 concurrent viewers on right now, 115 views going. We appreciate y'all. Mark said become DeForest Buckner for the Eagles. My uncle asked, I don't know if you're asking me or Ryan what we're drinking, but we're probably both drinking coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee.
I was drinking coffee. I know he
Coffee,
typically
right.
drinks coffee at night, so that's what we're drinking. Anything else from the Mickey Presser?
Dante brought this up, not a big thing, but I don't like how dismissive he is of Cat, because Cat asking like real questions, and he just so dismissive. Like I don't like the term. What was it?
Sale?
Sell. I don't like the term sell. You know, we don't have to sell. There's 32 jobs. We don't have to sell. You know, the Saints head coaching job. It's like, motherfucker, yes you do. You got $60 million over the cap. You have no quarterback. I don't hear about Derek Carr. You have no quarterback. Your team is riddled with injuries, poor depth, and no path to future success right now.
And you're in charge. Like that's like that's a
And you're in charge. So, no. Like, yes, you have to sell this job.
And Dante said he
Really
always
do.
cuts her off.
Always. Always. And, you know, she wouldn't complain about it. She rolled like a pro. But, you know, I don't like that shit.
Drew, one of our YouTube members. So if you're not a Patreon yet, you can. If you're not a Patreon yet, which you can become a Patreon, patreon.com/SaintsBlockParty. But if you don't want to become a Patreon, you can become a YouTube member. Starts at $4.99 a month. Patreon, you can do $1 a month to start. Get access to our SBP meetups, Discord, and our new series we started this offseason, the Prospect of the Week episodes. We've done Mikael Williams, edge rusher, linebacker from Georgia. We did Tataroa McMillan, wide receiver from Arizona. They're both posted on the on our Patreon website, and they're posted YouTube members only. So hit that up. Tony said justice for Cat. So that was a good question. Drew said, why did still been asking this fucking question all goddamn season? Why did Warner get extended in training camp? The Saints are hurting at linebacker, just like the defensive interior stopping the run. No speed at linebacker, but let's extend Warner before the regular season starts. Great. I've been asking it all goddamn. I asked it the day it happened, Ryan.
It was weird, man. It was weird. Like, did he have like one good practice at training camp? Just like, oh shit, we gotta sign him. We got to make sure he's locked in.
He was coming off like two bad in it, like an injured season, and he had regressed the last season and a half. What is like goes in the mind? Like, I could understand when you sign someone like Big Creep, right? He was a sending player. You want to sign him early because you like, damn, he has free agency. He might be coming out of our price range, blah, blah, blah. Get him locked up early. That makes sense. It never made sense to sign Pete Warner and extend him. It never made sense. And people were like, well, he doesn't make that much money for like an off-bound. I don't care.
$7.5 million, man. You get a nice little wide receiver, you know, something shit. You know, like,
I would take that and be like, hey, Joshua Palmer, here you go. Self-scouting.
And it seemed like confirmation bias, kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Big time. Like, Caden Ellis is playing well with the Falcons. Zach Bond goes out having an all-pro season with the Eagles. And it's just bad scouting.
Like, man, we got to pay this Pete Warner.
Peter Warner. We need to get Josh Olave on the podcast. Might be in the works. Might be.
Cooking it up.
Shaheed just now getting $5 million. That's what Wayne said. Funny thing, and Mark said, funny thing is they gave Pete Warner $1 million less than Caden Ellis in Atlanta. Saw Caden Ellis had a forced fumble this season. This man had an interception. Hey, see Pete Warner do shit this season, so missed the hole, Ryan.
Nothing, bro. Missed
the gap. Anyway, talk about head coaching. Before we get into head coach, we're going to listen to our sponsors from Underdog Fantasy. Come back, do some updates on the head coaching search. Got some takes, got some opinions. Going to hit it up, and then we'll wrap it up. Thank y'all for being a part of the show. 59 concurrent viewers, 128 views. Take a break. Let's listen to our sponsor from Underdog Fantasy, and we will be back.
Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sport opinions into real money. Wide receiver hurt? Every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if any early injury causes your entry to lose.
I love Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using promo code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Will Derek Carr throw for over 75 yards, higher or lower? You decide using Underdog Fantasy.
Download the app today and use code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Higher or lower, you make the call on Underdog. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text Next Step to 53342. In New York, call 24/7-HOPE-LINE at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
We are back. Mark is just going. Mark is the only one. He said they gave Warner $17 million guaranteed compared to Ellis. Caden Ellis only getting $10 million guaranteed.
Wow. For somebody that doesn't rush the passer.
And you saw what Caden Ellis was able to do as a pass rusher when he got chances. Anyhow, talk about these head. Bro, this is dark, bro. Like who's making
We didn't even get to the coaching search yet.
Oh my God. Shit. Drew said $17 million during a field trip training camp, like the fans wouldn't notice. Thank you. The fans couldn't be there, Drew. They said the Saints ain't got fans in Southern California. That's what I was told. But then let's do a whole last video of the Friday House in Southern. Anyway, let's talk about these head coaches. Things are interesting. Things are interesting in the Saints head coach search ongoing. If you would, how do I want to work this? I think that the next Saints head coach are really going to be the fate of what the Jets and the Bears decide to do.
Yeah.
It's that, as of right now, it is that simple. If the Jets choose to go with Aaron Glenn as their head coach, then I think the Saints' preference would be to try to hire Mike McCarthy. If the Bears, they going all out, bro. They got the private jet. They put Zaddy McCarthy on the private jet.
Just waiting on him.
Zaddy. Hey, we got some chicken wings on the jet for you, Zaddy. Come on. Mike McCarthy being wooed by the Chicago Bears and their brass. I can say this though, even though they gave him they put him on the private jet today, blah blah blah. I've heard that he's not the Bears' number one choice. But this is all just if the Jets go Aaron Glenn and the Bears go Mike McCarthy. Then things get super interesting for the Saints because I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. I would lean to guess Joe Brady, and he's scheduled to talk to them this upcoming weekend. So is Kellen Moore, so is Cliff Kingsbury, all that. But they're not in a position because they're not the first choice on a lot of these teams, a lot of these candidates list. It's just they're just not.
Yeah, straight up. Cliff Kingsbury, he's still getting paid by the Cardinals, so he could be like, shit, man, coaching Jay Daniels. I'm people showing me love. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just chill here. I'm already making money. I'm gonna just chill here another year, see where it go. Joe Brady, who knows? He's shown that he's what's the word for it? He's trying to move up. Like he's showing he's trying to move up. So I don't see him turn. He's eager. He's not turning down
I don't think so.
A job. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be that young whippersnapper. But I mean, if that happens, like if that scenario happens where Aaron Glenn gets picked up by the Jets, he wants to go to the Jets, and they swooping on McCarthy. Man, it's getting thin quick, boy.
It would more than likely from what I've been told previously, if those scenarios play out like that, my guess would be Joe Brady.
And look, I mean, we've talked about Brady ad nauseum. It's just risky at the end of the day. Like I've come around to it. Like we've kind of talked myself into it the past couple of weeks, seeing him cooking the playoffs and stuff like that. I've talked, doing some more research on him, watching some interviews with him and his history and stuff. I've come around, but man, even with all that, it's risky. He would be one of the most inexperienced people to become a head coach ever.
Hasn't he been in the NFL only? I might be wrong. Has it only been 4 seasons? Because I feel like it's been 4.
When I tally it all up, a total about 4 seasons. He had one year with the Saints where he was basically, Coach Grant. Like he wasn't designing anything. He was, what do you need? You need some coffee, Coach? You need to make some copies? That's what he was doing. Then he went to LSU, came back, did the year with Matt Rule, but he got fired in season. Then he went with the Bills, QB coach. Then did another year. Then got promoted. So it could be 4, maybe 5 years. It's about 4.5 years or something like that. So it's not a long time. Like, I just put it like that. Like, it's very inexperienced. It's just inexperienced. It's not that he might be. He's a star. Obviously, he's a star. He's moving up quick. I mean, you could call that whatever you want, but obviously people see something in him that is talented. You know what I'm saying? So, would it be a bad idea to, jump on that talent early and quick and nurture it and, let that grow with your organization? No, of course not. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's risky. It's risky, boy. It's risky. Risky.
Let me catch him on the chat really quick. Eric said Mickey might be a little worse than Jerry Jones at this point.
It's kind of different. I don't know.
I think they're terrible in completely different ways.
Yeah.
But Jerry wants to win though. Like, and I'll say this: I know where to find Jerry on Sundays, and when this team is not winning, as a fan, at least I know it affects him. You go. I want someone to find the last Saints game that they could pan into the press box and find Mickey Loomis sitting in the press box.
I don't even know if Mickey get upset. Like
That's what
he just rationalizes everything. It's like
from Tim.
and maybe maybe I don't know.
Lewis asked a good question. He said, "Who do y'all think would be the best coach for Spencer Rattler?" Part of me says Mike McCarthy. I would probably order them Mike McCarthy, then probably followed by Joe Brady, or sneakily Kellen Moore. Like I know we haven't talked about him, but I think Kellen Moore would be good for Spencer too.
I do too. I don't know. It's a tough one, man. Like I would lean Mike McCarthy because I think Mike McCarthy would give Spencer kind of like a baseline to build on to become just a good pocket. Like McCarthy's worked with all kind of quarterbacks. He's worked with mobile quarterbacks, pocket passers, all that. So I think he has like a good baseline. But his West Coast offense is it's complicated. You know what I'm saying? It's a complicated offense.
That's why I kind of like want Mike McCarthy just so, bro. Derek Carr brain was cooked from Clint Kubiak, bro. He gonna look at Mike McCarthy like, what?
Another OC change? We're gonna get that excuse.
The built-in excuse, bro.
Built-in excuse. New offense again. This is third offense in 3 seasons. You should be expert then, motherfucker. All OCs he didn't have.
Dante said, Mickey's lack of aggression pisses me off because it low-key feels like sabotage because he did not want to fire DA anyway. I may be reaching, but I'll say it again. Why is he anywhere near the search? I would love to know, bro. I would love to know. I don't know how the person who blatantly like came out against the owner who didn't want to fire the last head coach gets to be involved in picking the next head coach. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
In that presser, he didn't want to talk about that. They asked him about DA comments on the podcast.
Or organizational.
That was an organization decision. I'm a part of the organization, so. Okay.
All right, bro.
It wasn't an answer, but okay.
I gotta get something on my chest, bro. I gotta clear it, bro. I gotta clear it. I don't know if he's gonna end up the Saints. I don't know if he's gonna end up as the Saints head coach. I think it's still 50-50. The Mike McCarthy slander has gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. Saints fans remind me of watching an episode of House Hunters and people with a certain fucking budget go to a house that's amazing and it's like $150 and $200 fucking $1,000 above their budget, and then they get upset that they can't afford the house. Y'all listen to me. Listen to me. Right now, in terms of housing as a job, the Saints right now are probably Section 8-ish. Okay?
Section 8, baby, put that voucher.
Okay? Look, little Section 8-ish. If there's someone who wants to become the head coach of the team, Dante said we a trap house. Cops coming everywhere. You hear loud noises. You the Homer meme. You the Homer meme just looking always. Bro, there's a trap house that used to be right next to us that was like for a year or so. Bro, our cat was at the window every night, bro.
What's going on out there?
What's going on over there? You have a head coach that's won 170 games in the NFL, won a Super Bowl, and just recently in Dallas, dealing with Jerry Jones, led the Cowboys to 2 seasons, winning 12 games back to back. I get he's milquetoast. I get he's a reg tread. I get all of that. The slander has to stop. And if you just want to come out and say that you just don't want Mike McCarthy just because you want something new, you want a new experience, you want to feel something new, you want Joe Brady, you want Kellen Moore, you want Aaron Glenn, you just want to feel something new. I understand, because we've all been there at some point in our lives. You just want to feel something new. But just because you want to feel something new, can you put some respect on him as a head coach, please? Because people talking about Mike McCarthy, like someone in our said someone like if blah blah blah, someone just the Saints might as well just keep Darren Rizzi. What?
No, man.
Appalled.
Nah, man. You're right, man. Because look, I mean, like you said, it's a milquetoast option. It's not an exciting option. It's not exciting, but man, won 170 games. Yes, with Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott. Yes, but also Matt Flynn and Cooper Rush and other backups. I remember some of those Green Bay teams, man. Like they needed a win with Matt. They got Matt Flynn paid. Matt Flynn was supposed to be the freaking Seattle Seahawks, franchise player. They paid him big money, just off of like 2 games he played with Green Bay where he threw like 500 yards or some shit in Mike McCarthy offense. He's developed wide receivers, quarterbacks. Had Aaron Brooks cooking way back in the day. I mean, look, the dude can coach. He's not exciting. I wouldn't call him the most innovative offensive coach. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of, he does nice things. Like he's upgraded his scheme recently, but he's not pushing the edge of offense. He's not Ben Johnson where you're seeing all these new things every week. He's not that. No, he's not that. He's a good coach. He's a good leader. Most of his players speak highly of him. He gets involved. He gets amped. People like him. Coaches he worked with like him. He would be a good head coach for the Saints. Just not. I completely understand the arguments. Like I completely understand the feelings behind it. I completely understand wanting something new because you do feel like that's kind of putting a ceiling on what the Saints would do. Kind of like, go and get. I wouldn't call him a Derek Carr, but in a sense where you kind of know what Derek Carr is. We know what Mike McCarthy is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's also a Super Bowl winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like he hasn't done anything. Derek Carr ain't done shit. Mike McCarthy's done a lot in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Hasn't he gone to 2 Super Bowls? And like he won one and lost one, right? Or am I tripping?
No, he just won one. He just won one. Went to a couple of NFC championship
games. That's right. You're right.
Yeah, like went to a lot of playoff games. Lost some embarrassing ones, just like Sean Payton lost a lot of embarrassing playoff games. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So I think he would be where the Saints are right now. He would be we hoping we could get him as an option. I put it like that. Like
yes,
you hoping you could get Mike McCarthy. But I understand. Like I understand where people coming from. I really do. You know what I'm saying? That new, bro.
It is that the new enticing, but sometimes that new ain't what you think it is. I'm just saying.
Preach, bro.
Mark said McCarthy a Honda pilot, reliable and gets a job done. Point A to point B. Let's see. Lewis said, I think the McCarthy slander is about his energy. I think it's fair to go with instincts and simply say he's not going to bring the juice we're looking for. It's not his energy. Like that's not what people are like. That's not what the criticism for him is. Like people are saying that he's like not a good coach, which I just think is slanderous. Jody asked, do y'all want an offensive or defensive minded head coach, or you want a figurehead head coach with a strong? I mean, the goal is always to have a figurehead head coach. That's always what the goal is.
You want a CEO?
Yeah,
and Mike McCarthy is a CEO type head coach. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
Would I, if I had my preference in a vacuum, I would prefer an offensive, a coach on the offensive side of the ball. For multiple reasons. I put some stats up earlier this week or last week, basically showing like offensive coaches tend to do a little better. And it's not like about wide margin, but they tend to do better than defensive coaches. But each situation is different. Do they have a quarterback? All that stuff. There's a lot of nuance in it. But yeah, I would prefer an offensive coach. But like, give me Aaron Glenn any day of the week, bro. Like, if we get Aaron Glenn, get Aaron Glenn, man. Like, he said today, like, in an interview that he he's aiming to be a head coach, not a defensive head coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, talk that talk, brother. Talk that talk.
Nigga just give me goosebumps, bro. Just give me goosebumps. And it's crazy. How crazy is it that we as fans and the Saints as an organization is really this really is. Well, it's funny because like the Jets were never in the Derek Carr thing, but it's kind of like a retelling of like 2 seasons ago, right? Whereas like it was like the Saints and the Jets for Derek Carr, but the Jets had never any attention. It's almost the same thing, right? Because whatever the Jets decide to do or not with Aaron Glenn is 100% going to have a domino effect of who the next Saints head coach is going to be. Because if they sign Aaron Glenn, then things get tricky. There's some mumblings that maybe they go like the Brian Flores route. We'll see. Because if they sign Aaron Glenn, then the Saints will probably aim towards Mike McCarthy. And there's some history, obviously, with the ability. Him and Mickey Loomis have already a standard relationship. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. Jamil Dunn said McCarthy was Steve Young's quarterback coach, would be huge for Spencer. Interesting.
Yeah, no. Mike McCarthy go back to, Joe Montana, Steve Young, worked with Bill Walsh, I believe. But he's been around a long time, man. Like,
and thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I don't know if I said that or not.
Thank you.
The thing is, no one knows if these coordinators will be a good head coach. Like you think Dan Campbell will be a good head coach if they both leave. I mean, you saw, I think, with Dan Campbell that he was a good head coach when his first year with the Lions, though. Like before you were talking about Aaron Glenn, before you were talking about Ben Johnson, that Lions, like he went to the Lions and he had his imprint literally all over the entire organization because he went in and he changed the culture. Even though you didn't like, so it's funny because like sometimes the things that Mickey Loomis says, they're asinine because with the Lions, the results, like the wins and losses, like you didn't see it, like in terms of the wins and losses. But when you watch the games, right? When you watch those Lions games in Dan Campbell's first year, they were in games against teams that they had no world being in anywhere close to. They should have been blowouts. They should have been getting beat by 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and they were like 3 points. So they had leads going against the like playoff teams, and they did that.
Tough losses, real tough
losses, right? So that's why when the Mickey Loomis, like he makes those quotes, it feels so disingenuous because it's like, bro, like, did you watch any of these games? Like, go beyond the injury shit, right? Like, go to that Bucks game and Spencer Rattler's first start. Talk about the defense. Sean Tucker became a NFC offensive player of the fucking week.
Not to mention, as he kept talking about injuries, I mean, the defense for the most part was
relatively fucking healthy.
I know they lost Paulson to Debo, but you traded Marshawn Lattimore, but even before that, like they were getting ran through. So miss me with that shit.
Yeah, Jack Hunter said, "Don't forget Brad Holmes is a genius GM for Detroit." Yes,
excellent.
Well aware.
And look, bro, Ben Johnson, like you said, Ben Johnson, he'd been with the Lions before Dan Campbell been there. He was an offensive assistant, then a quarterback, like a wide receiver coach, built them into being, help nurture him into being a great OC. Same with Aaron Glenn. He nurtured Aaron Glenn, coming there from being a DB coach to becoming a defensive coordinator. So who knows what you got in the pipeline? We'll see, but yeah, who knows?
Give me your. So, Senior Bowl's in 2 weeks. We'll be there. We have a long list of players that we hope to interview. If you're not a Patreon, if you're not a YouTube member, the time to become one is now. We've had an explosion these last week of new Patreons, which is great because there are going to be players that we do interviews with that we're going to put on YouTube. That's going to be available for everyone. There's going to be players that we do interviews with that's only going to be Patreon only, YouTube member only. Just saying. Leave it at that. Brad Holmes constructed a roster that a head coach can't fuck up. That is not true at all, Jack. That is like put Dennis Allen on the Detroit Lions. You tell me Dennis Allen can't fuck up that team?
Fuck it up, man. promise you.
Stop. Let's not underrate how important coaching is. No matter no matter how good the talent on a roster is, and no matter how much talent is constructed in the NFL, especially, coaching plays a huge factor. Or just go to the Broncos team. Is there any other? Is there, like, I'm not saying besides Sean Payton, but there aren't many other coaches other than Sean Payton, or at least coaches that are along that same ilk, that can go in and get that team to the playoffs like he did in 2 seasons. Ain't many. Coaching matters.
Straight up. It matters, man. Especially in the NFL.
Mark said Amon-Ra would whoop DA's ass. He absolutely would, bro. I saw Amon-Ra's dad on that goddamn receiver series, bro. He throw hands at DA, bro. Gave him a whole elbow and everything, bro. Dante said not one person is saying how good of a coach person DA is except for Mickey and Carr. Yes.
That's it. That's it.
Jody said we saw what happened to Nick Sirianni. I mean, I don't think Nick Sirianni is a good head coach. That's my purview. I think he's.
But check them wins, boy. Boy got some wins, boy. The percentage, boy.
Don't think he's a good head coach, bro. I think he's a fantastic staff builder, and he delegates very well. Which to itself is a great talent.
Does he build the staff too?
I think he has the connect. Like the first year, he had what? He had Shane Steichen, and he had Jonathan Gannon, right? And then they left, and then he didn't know how to replace them. And then this year, Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio. That is like that, and that's kind of like getting back to the Saints. That's the perk you get by hiring a Mike McCarthy. You get someone that has those connections. You get someone that has that Rolodex that can build that coaching staff.
And
but
on the flip side, Joe Brady, I don't know who he hiring. Like Loomis and them, they're gonna have to help him out. Jeffrey Howell, they're gonna have to help him out. Like, man, I know a coach. I know a coach we could call. Like,
bro, I was talking to Jay. I was like, who would even Joe Brady call? I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. This man calling Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson like if they know somebody, bro, from high school.
The Joke.
Anybody in Ohio State that you know, bro, when you was there, like, I'm trying to build a staff in this bitch, bro. So our dude Brian put this fact. He said Mickey probably put Joe Brady at the top of his list for what he did to Sean Payton in the playoff game, just to be petty, and that shit had me hollering, bro. Number one, who asked you this, and we don't know when, because here's the thing that's also tricky is that because a lot of these coaching candidates are still in the playoffs and blah blah blah, it makes it tricky of when these head coaches might get hired for the teams. Who do you think the Saints end up with as head? Who? I'm asking you this Wednesday night on the 15th of January.
Man. I mean, bro, we spend all day talking about this every day on the Discord, man. We don't know, man.
every day, all day,
but
Ryan.
The interesting thing is McCarthy is a free agent, so
yes,
like that decision can happen quickly. It can happen tomorrow. That Chicago's hiring Mike McCarthy. So we got to see what happens with that. With Aaron Glenn, we got to see what happens this weekend, against the Commanders. I'm assuming they're going to win. And then it's just more waiting. You know what I'm saying? It's just more of a waiting game. And it's like, how do you even approach that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
can it be like a soft agreement? But
I think so.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Either agreement between teams or a signal to a team like, yeah, bro, I ain't coming there. Like,
yeah. Because then the team is like, are you coming? Because then like you don't know how to proceed.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I think the next week is going to be telling. Like we should know something. We should get a little more clarity
Yeah, I think they're trying to interview McCarthy early next week, like Monday or Tuesday.
That's what I keep hearing, but like, ain't nothing scheduled yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know. It's just kind of, I don't know. But who I think is going to be the head coach?
Who you thinking?
Man, I just think Saints going to pull it off and get Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, the next head coach of the Saints. Jets gonna fuck it up. They're gonna pick. I don't know who they're gonna pick. They're gonna pick somebody, and Aaron Glenn gonna be right there, baby. Hope in the building.
There it is. Man, it's funny. If you would ask me this yesterday, I would have. I was literally gonna go to underdog and put money on Mike McCarthy yesterday. Like literally, like I was that sure of it because Art Breer was saying it. Jane Slater, she believes that it's high probability that it's going to happen as well. I heard the same, and then the Bears thing in the private jet kind of put some pause to that. Man, I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go Aaron Glenn, and the reason I say that is he's been Mickey's number one choice dating back to the day DA got fired. The day DA got fired. Go back and listen to our DA fired episode. we literally talked about it on the podcast. And I feel that Aaron Glenn feels that if the Jets pass him by, his name is as hot as it's ever going to be. Hot as fish grease. When you a black coordinator in the NFL, bro, and your name is hot, if you don't strike when the opportunity's right, opportunity might not come around again. No matter how bad the situation and organization looks like, as bad as the Saints may look, blah blah blah. I feel like he's confident in himself, even though the Saints were not his number one choice. I feel like he's confident in himself to go, shit, I can go build that. I can go build there. I can go fix that. Dante said AG could be saying the Jets are his number one choice to make the Saints come correct with an offer. Maybe no. So I feel I'm going with the same logic as you. I feel like the Jets may go Brian Flores. They might go Rex Ryan. I don't know. The Jets are. It's just crazy that the Jets are viewed as. It's not crazy because they have a lot of blue chip talent, but they're just viewed as a more desirable location for prospects, like head coaching prospects to go with their ownership, with Willie Johnson, with that media.
The Saints have destroyed all that. They had a little bit left right after 21. Had a little bit of that clout left they could use, but it's gone now. Gone.
That's it. So we are predicting. We'll see what happens. That the Saints do end up with Aaron Glenn, and I think, and if they do, I think it's good. I think it would be a great hire for them.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I do. And I mean, the potential first black head coach in Saints history, bro.
History, bro. Ooh, in Louisiana. Boy, let me get some nasty mail.
Ooh, can't believe they hired that nigger. Anyway, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We got 64 concurrent viewers on right now. 207 views. Got up to like almost $62 in chat revenue. Thank you, Lacey Cole, with just a $2.99 super chat.
Thank you.
Which coaching candidates do you think lose Carr? Do you mean like get rid of Derek Carr? That's tricky, man. I don't know. That's tricky. And if I had insight on that, like I would share it. I don't. I do feel there's a part of me that feels like defensive coordinators, because of who he is, may be more prone to maybe keeping him because of how he plays.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any truth to
agree.
that.
Yeah,
I have no
agree.
idea. Because that's how
I just feel like most defensive coordinators look at him like, I build good defense and make sure he doesn't lose. As long as he doesn't lose those games, we'll be all right.
But maybe that's not how. Maybe AG built different though. Maybe he
so,
like
man.
this nigga trash. Like I can't win games. Like he said. He said at least with Jared Goff. Like this nigga not even Jared Goff level. I'm supposed to win games with him. With him. Oh, Drew.
$1 million.
This nigga out of here. Drew, $10 super chat. Appreciate you, and you're also a SBP YouTube member, so appreciate you. Not even just a question or a chat, nothing. Appreciate y'all. Much love. So we're up to 70, almost $74 in chat revenue. Wait, Jody, y'all ain't thinking about drafting a quarterback, are y'all? Jody, we picking 9th in the draft, not 10th, Mickey, 9th.
You was coming out.
He did.
That was interesting.
Man, that man's destined to be a Ram. I just feel in my bones.
So? You've been saying that, bro.
I just like when Jordan came on, she talked about the type of quarterback that Sean McVay, like he doesn't want to teach a young guy. Yours plays a lot. He's played a lot of football. They're gonna be drafting late. Your stock is taking a big hit. I just feel like where he's gonna be and where they're picking, maybe it's not gonna be in the first round. Yeah, I think that's where I think yours will be the Rams' first round pick at this year. I'm just throwing it out there, way early, 3 months early. Just throwing it out there. It just feels like it's going to happen. Anything else as we wrap this up? Sorry there about the technical difficulties early. That's what comes with live streaming. But great episode, fun. We appreciated talking the Loomis pressure. We appreciated talking Saints coaching candidates. If there's a need to do an emergency podcast, we will of course do that. But here's the thing with the Aaron Glenn thing, as you talked about, is just that like you said, if the Lions continue to go on this deep playoff run, Saints got to keep waiting. And at some point, Aaron Glenn has to give them an indication like, nah, like I got you.
Yeah.
I'm your guy. We'll move forward.
Yeah.
Shut it down. Right. But until then, we keep this game. Part of me also wonders like if they do meet with Mike McCarthy next week and he just comes in and just blows them away, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Does that make them shift off of Aaron Glenn? They just say let's just roll with Mike McCarthy, bro. Let's just roll and just make him head coach, bro. I don't know.
It'd be interesting, man.
Yeah, super. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week. So we'll be back next week. We'll have our regular scheduled show. We'll have our prospect of the week episode for Patreons and YouTube members only. We're gonna put the poll up probably probably this upcoming weekend in regards to what prospect for us to talk about. We're gonna keep rolling, and then final week of the month, it is Senior Bowl week. Ryan, myself, Dante will be in Mobile at the Senior Bowl, covering it, trying to talk to as many prospects as we can. Please make sure you're following us on Instagram, on Twitter. I really can't probably say TikTok anymore. All the social medias, because we're going to be posting content like crazy. So got a lot coming. Busy off season ahead. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And with that, we are out.
Peace.